There's a moment in every new connection where you wonder, what should I say? How should I keep him interested without seeming needy or too aloof? Imagine if there were a simple way to be irresistibly attractive, not because of how you look, but because of how you communicate, not just for one date, but in a way that makes him want to keep chasing you, learning about you, and most of all, respecting you. This video unveils a potent strategy to foster enduring attraction. By harmonizing sweetness with strength, you'll uncover the art of saying no without repelling him, and establishing high standards without coming across as too demanding. If you've ever grappled with mixed signals, weak boundaries, or losing a guy's interest prematurely, what follows could be a complete game changer. The real reason he pulls away. Let's be honest. Communicating what you want in a relationship can be hard. Maybe you're not even sure what your standards are. Or maybe, but it feels awkward when it comes time to speak up. I don't want to seem high maintenance. I don't want to push him away. I like him, so I don't want to cause tension. Guy's quiet thoughts often lead to silence or to accepting things you're not comfortable with, and that's where the problems start. You either end up being too passive, saying nothing, and hoping he figures it out, or too harsh, delivering your message with frustration or judgment. Here's the truth. Communicating your standards the right way doesn't scare men off. In fact, it's one of the most attractive things you can do. High standards are so empowering. You might think telling a guy no or correcting his behavior would make him lose interest. But when done right, the opposite happens. Men, and people in general, are deeply drawn to those who know what they stand for. When you speak clearly about what you value and do it with warmth and calm confidence, you show emotional maturity and strength, and that gets attention. The problem is many people struggle to strike this balance in their communication. They often fall into one of two traps. 1, too aggressive. Example, guy asks, want to come back to my place. You snap back. Are you serious? You think I'm that kind of girl? Result, he feels judged or insulted. His ego takes a hit, and he might back off completely. 2, too passive. You smile awkwardly and say, I have an early morning. Or you say nothing and go along, even if it doesn't feel right. Result, he doesn't really learn your boundaries. You might feel uneasy after. You might think you're fine with casual or fast-paced situations when you're not. Both reactions miss the mark. One creates tension in a bad way. The other leaves no lasting impression. So, what's the secret? Bliss point of communication. In the food industry, there's a term called the bliss point. The perfect balance of salty and sweet that keeps you coming back for more. If something's too salty, you push it away. It's too sweet, and you get bored. But when it's just right, you can't stop wanting more. The same idea applies to communication in relationships. The way you talk to someone, especially when setting boundaries, can either push them away, leave them confused, or draw them closer. Your goal is to hit that bliss point, a blend of charm and clarity that makes him admire, respect, and crave more time with you. For instance, you could use this approach when discussing your future plans, expressing your feelings, or even when dealing with a disagreement. The key is to maintain a balance between sweetness and strength in your communication, always aiming for that bliss point. Let's revisit that common scenario. You've just finished a great first date. He turns and asks, want to come back to my place? What do you say to hold your standard without making it weird or shutting him down? Here's a 3-step response that hits the bliss point. Step 1, acknowledge attraction, sweet. A part of me would love to because you're super attractive. A part of me would love to because you're super attractive. As step 3, we open the door, warm invitation. If you want to take me out again this week or next, I'd love that. As step 3, we open the door, warm invitation. If you want to take me out again this week or next, I'd love that. He knows you're into him. Then you calmly express your boundaries. You're not making him feel bad. You're showing self-respect. You're not making him feel bad. You're showing self-respect. Finally, you leave him with the next step. You're inviting him to get to know you more, if he's serious. You're inviting him to get to know you more, if he's serious. This response is powerful. Why does this work so well? Why does this work so well? When you speak like this, here's what happens in his mind. She's into me. Awesome. She's into me. Awesome. And she's open to more. Nice. I want to earn it. You've sparked desire, built respect, and left room for connection. This is how attraction deepens. Not through pressure, fear, or games, but through confidence and emotional intelligence. This is how attraction deepens. Not through pressure, fear, or games, but through confidence and emotional intelligence. Why many people miss this. Some dating advice focuses only on being nice, but the real secret lies in being both. but the real secret lies in being both. If you're only sweet, you may seem easy to please. Eventually, he'll lose interest. If you're only strong, you may come off cold, and he might not feel safe opening up. You stop chasing and start choosing. You stop chasing and start choosing. You stop pleasing and start attracting. You stop doubting and start leading. Good news? You don't need to be naturally flirty or super witty to use this approach. Good news? You don't need to be naturally flirty or super witty to use this approach. This 3-step formula can be adapted to almost any dating situation where you want to. Set a boundary. Clarify your pace. Invite continued interest. Let's try a few other examples. First situation. He cancels last minute. I was really looking forward to tonight. I get that things come up, but last-minute changes don't usually work for me. Second situation. He texts but doesn't make plans. Second situation. He texts but doesn't make plans. I love hearing from you, but I'm more excited about seeing you in person. Let me know when you want to get together. Third situation. Flirts, but you're not ready to take things physically. Third situation. Flirts, but you're not ready to take things physically. Let's enjoy the moment. No pressure. Why does this skill change everything? When you know what to say, you stop second-guessing yourself. You stop overthinking text. Stop overthinking text. You stop worrying if you messed it up. And here's the bonus. When you communicate like this, the wrong people filter themselves out quickly while the right ones rise to the occasion. The key to lasting attraction isn't about playing games or holding back. It's about mastering the art of clear, warm, and confident communication. Start with connection, express your standard, and end with an open door. Start with connection, express your standard, and end with an open door. Because at the end of the day, people don't remember what you wore or how perfect the night was. They remember how you made them feel. And when they feel both drawn to and challenged by you, they'll keep returning for more.